Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is episode 7 in Operation Get My Body Back / my Back on Track series. And guys, we have only got 4 weeks left, okay? We have done 12 weeks and this week is week 13, so we've only got 4 more weeks left and then I am done on this cut, diet, whatever it is you want to call it, and then I'll kind of reevaluate and go from there. So yeah, only 4 more weeks left, so the end is in sight. I feel like it's actually gone really quickly. I know 12 weeks is basically like 3 months, isn't it? But it doesn't feel that long at all. But yeah, we are nearly done. So I'm going to very quickly update you on what's been happening and then the changes that I'm going to be making for the next 2 weeks. Okay guys, so first of all, the main thing that I want to tell you guys is that I have finally dropped my calories again. So for those of you who haven't been watching all the rest of my episodes, then the only other time I've changed my food was at the very beginning of this series, so at the start of week 1. And basically what I have been doing for the past 12 weeks, I've had 4 days at my maintenance calories, which I refer to as my high days, but they are just my maintenance calories. And then I've had 3 low days, which are 500 calories less than my maintenance. So I am just going to give you numbers, but just remember that these are my numbers, these are my calories, this is what works for me, my body. It is not going to work for you. If you do want to know how to figure out your own maintenance calories, then I have done a video on it and I will link it in the description box, so watch that. But yeah, so these are my numbers. So my high days or my maintenance is 2,500. That means my 3 low days I've been eating 2,000 calories, so 500 calories less than my maintenance, and that for the week puts me in a deficit of 1,500. Now I've explained before, you can do this any way you like. I'm not going to go back into that. You can do it in lots of different ways. This is the way that I choose to do it, just because I like to eat food. I really like eating food. So having 4 days at my maintenance, basically for the last 12 weeks I've not felt like I'm dieting. I've not felt hungry. I've not really felt like I'm reducing my intake or my food. So that's what works best for me. Like, otherwise I'd have spent 12 weeks in hell, and I haven't. I've really enjoyed it. I've eaten plenty of food still, and I've been absolutely fine. So this is the way that I choose to do it, but like I said, you don't have to do it this way. So yeah, so I've had 4 high days, 3 low days. Now the change I spoke about before was just dropping those lower days again. Now I have decided to drop my high days and my low days by just a little bit. So my 4 high days, instead of being 2,500, are now 2,300, so 200 calories less. And my 3 low days, instead of being 2,000 calories, are now 1,800. So basically I've dropped each day by 200 calories. Now, I know you guys, I've said to you before that I think you should always have some days at your maintenance just to keep your metabolism boosted, keep it high, keep it working properly. And yes, I still 100% stand by that, but as you start to lose weight, your maintenance calories will go down. So your maintenance calories are based on the weight that I was, which was like 68.5, a lot more than I am right now. So because of that, though, that 2,500 is to maintain that weight, which obviously I don't want to be maintaining anymore because I have lost quite a lot of that. So my maintenance calories are going to be different, which I will be re-evaluating once we finish the 16 weeks, and I will re-figure out exactly where my maintenance is. But bearing that in mind, then that means that those 4 high days that I've been having will now be a surplus, not maintenance, because like I've just said, my maintenance calories will have dropped because my weight's dropped. So therefore I've dropped them a little bit to where I imagine roughly my maintenance calories will be now. Might not be, but they'll be around there. So I have dropped those a little bit, and then I have then again dropped my low days a little bit. So that is kind of basically what I've done, or starting from this week, and will be doing for the next 4 weeks. I won't be making any other changes. I definitely will not need to drop them again. And honestly guys, I didn't need to drop them. I was still losing weight on what I was doing before, but it was just very slow. I've been losing weight at a really gradual pace, but for the last couple of weeks it's been coming off a lot slower than what it was originally, which is to be expected when you have been dieting for a while. Like I said, 12 weeks is a long time anyway, so it is, I did expect that. But just to keep it coming off, keep it moving at a good rate. And like I said, I'm only doing this to 16 weeks. I'm not just going to keep going. So because I've set that end date for myself, then I do want to keep the weight coming off at a good gradual pace. And also, guys, it can be very demoralizing when you're stepping on the scale and your weight's not really gone down very much at all, and you know you're putting in the work, you know you've been hitting the gym, you know I've been doing my steps, you know that I've been eating really well. Do you know what I mean? It can be very demoralizing when you're trying really hard and you're not really seeing the scale move. Like, I can 100%, like, if that is you, then I know how that feels, and that's kind of how I was getting in. It makes you not want to do it anymore. And guys, that's when you can start to think, oh well, there's no point in me going out and doing my steps because it's not making a difference, or there's no point me eating this amount of calories because it's not making a difference, or there's no point me eating clean, I may as well just go and eat a load of shit. Do you know what I mean? That's when that mindset can start to come in, because you're like, well, there's no point, the scale's not changing anyway, I may as well just do whatever. And that is not what I want to do. So just in terms of the mental side of it as well, then that is another reason why I have just dropped them down for the last 4 weeks. And also 4 weeks is not a long time at all for me to be in a slightly bigger deficit, so I'm perfectly okay with that. Like I've said to you guys, so far I've not felt like I'm dieting, so I think I will now. Now I have dropped them down, because 1,800 calories for me is not a lot of food at all. So I know I did it yesterday, so I know that it is going to be challenging for me to stick to that amount of food, which is a good thing as well. So that's what I'm doing food wise for the next 4 weeks. May as well just tell you it's for the next 4 weeks, and we will see how we go. I'll see how hungry I am, whether it affects, it can also affect, you know, how tired you are. So we'll see how we get on there. And honestly, guys, that is pretty much the main thing that I have changed, or I'm changing for the next few weeks. I know I've said to you guys before that you want to increase your activity levels over your food, or, well, for me personally, I would rather do more exercise than eat less food, just because I really, really love food. So that's kind of what I've done so far. I've been increasing my steps each week or every 2 weeks, and that's more what I've been focusing on. The reason I've now switched to my food is because, and for me, guys, 12,000 steps a day is quite comfortable. I can hit that quite easily. Well, not easily, but I can hit that no problem. Anything more than that is starting to become more difficult for me to hit. So because of that, great, if I get 13,000, great, cool, I'll happily take that. But my aim is just no less than 12,000 now, and then I have changed my food to keep me in a deficit. And that's how I'm going from now. Just because I'm kind of reaching that threshold of where's comfortable for me with my steps. Your steps shouldn't really be going out of your way to go and get them. I mean, you will have to go out of your way to get them, but it shouldn't be a chore or too much of a challenge to go and get those steps. It should be something that you can just get into your day quite easily. And so far that's what I have, whereas now it's kind of at the point where I would have to go to the gym to walk on a treadmill, or once Kai's in bed I would have to go out and go on a walk. So that's what I want to avoid, really. I've managed to get 12,000 just in my day nicely, and that's where I'm going to keep it. And like I said, if I can do any more than that, great, I will. But if not, then I just know that that's kind of the minimum for me at the moment. So I will be sticking 12,000 steps. If I can get more, like I said, great, but if not, no problem. And then, guys, I have still been doing 400 steps on the Stairmaster. That was my Stairmaster. At the end of my gym sessions. Generally, I have tried and been do a little bit more than that. So 400 steps on the Stairmaster takes me about 6 minutes, around there. I do it with no hands on level 8. Guys, if you're doing the Stairmaster with your hands on, you're doing it wrong. Take your hands off, a lot harder. Anyway, so I've been doing that at the end of my sessions, and like I said, it takes me about 6 minutes. I have been tending to do anywhere between 6 to 8 minutes, so between 400 to 500 steps. I am probably going to try and push that up a little bit, either by going a little bit faster, but I'm a little bit worried about falling or tripping on the steps, because obviously I do it with no hands. So I might just keep it the same level and go for that 8 to 10 minutes, so aiming more between 500 to 600 steps. But yeah, I'll keep that in at the end of my sessions. In terms of the gym in general, I have just been following my program as normal, so my 4 days. Like I said to you in my last video, I am restarting my program now. and I have made some changes. I did tell you guys I switched my deadlifts, and there's a few other bits that I have thrown in just to mix it up a little bit compared to last time, but on the whole it is pretty much the same, and I am really enjoying that. I've enjoyed the changes as well. This is why, guys, it is quite nice for you to change your program. So you do need to be following it for a certain amount of time with some set exercises so that you can see your progression. But I do think then when you restart or you write yourself a new program or you get a new program, it is nice to put in a load of exercises that you weren't doing in your previous program, just because it gives you something different to focus on, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting. I know if you're not a big gym lover, which I am, but if you're not, then it can get a little bit boring just going in and doing the same things all of the time. So it is nice to mix it up, give yourself some new exercises just to keep it fresh, keep it interesting, and to make sure that you keep enjoying it. So I have been really enjoying that. Guys woken up. So yeah, guys, I think that is pretty much it. Oh, actually, I almost forgot to say, I did have a new low weigh-in this morning. So I've been on my lower calories, or my new calories, since Saturday. Today's Tuesday, so Saturday and Sunday are both high days, but they were obviously my new high days. Monday is a low day, and then Tuesday is when I always film these videos, because if I'm going to have a new low weigh-in, it's always on a Tuesday after my low day. So I did have a new low weigh-in this morning, and it is a bigger drop than I have been seeing, so I am really happy with that. It shows that my calories, dropping those calories has definitely made a difference already. It's given me that extra boost again, which is what I wanted. So yeah, I am very, very happy with that, and we will see how the next 4 weeks go. We are nearly done, guys. It's exciting. So yeah, that is it. That is pretty much everything I can think of, I hope. Hopefully this was a little bit shorter as well. Please leave me a comment down below, any questions that you've got, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!